There is an old saying, "Do not commit a small evil because it seems insignificant. Do not neglect a small good deed because it seems too small." At first glance, it may sound like a simple moral lesson, but if you sit quietly for a moment and look deeply into your own life, you may realize that almost all happiness and suffering are created by the smallest things repeated day after day, not by one dramatic event, not by one life-changing decision, but by the countless thoughts, words, and actions we choose every single day. Many people believe that karma is something enormous, that only great wrongdoing creates bad karma, and only extraordinary acts create merit and blessings, but life does not work that way. Karma is rarely created overnight, and blessings are rarely built in a single moment. Everything begins with tiny seeds planted in the garden of the mind. A careless word, a moment of uncontrolled anger, a small act of selfishness, a little dishonesty, a brief moment of indifference toward another person's pain. All of these seem small, so small that we often excuse them. We tell ourselves, "It's okay, it's not a big deal, everyone does it." Yet these seemingly insignificant things quietly shape who we become. Like a drop of water, one drop changes nothing, but if it falls continuously, day after day, it can wear away even the hardest stone. The habits of the mind work in the same way. No one becomes cruel overnight. No one becomes cold-hearted in a single moment. No one loses their kindness all at once. It happens gradually. The first time we say something hurtful, we feel guilty. The second time, the guilt is weaker. The 10th time, it begins to feel normal. The first time we betray someone's trust, we may feel remorse, but if repeated often enough, the conscience slowly becomes numb. The most dangerous thing about wrongdoing is not its intensity, it is its ability to make us comfortable with it. Just as a house does not collapse because of one crack, it collapses because too many small cracks were ignored for too long. Life is no different. It is not by accident that someone becomes lonely. It is not by accident that relationships grow distant. It is not by accident that families fall apart. Nor is it by accident that life begins to feel heavy and hopeless. Every result has a cause, and every cause begins with a small seed planted long ago. A little carelessness today, over time, it becomes distance. A little greed today, over time, it becomes suffering. A little resentment today, over time, it becomes bitterness. A little pride today, over time, it becomes isolation. Many of us want to transform our lives through grand achievements. We wait for a breakthrough, a miracle, a dramatic turning point. Yet true transformation always begins with the smallest things. The way we just speak to those we love, the way we treat ourselves, the way we respond when life does not go according to plan, the way we protect the goodness of our hearts during difficult times. There is a profound truth that becomes clearer with age. Every action begins with a thought. When the mind is filled with fear, life feels like a battle. When the mind is filled with anger, the world always seems unfair. When the mind is filled with lack, nothing ever feels enough. But when the mind softens, life softens too. When inner peace grows, external storms lose their power. When love expands within us, our relationships become gentler and more meaningful. That is why wise people focus on changing the smallest things first. A word, a thought, an attitude, a reaction, a single intention arising in the mind. Because changing the world is difficult, but changing ourselves can begin right now. And goodness has never been something distant. Sometimes goodness is simply pausing before speaking words that might hurt someone, listening instead of judging, showing compassion instead of criticism, being patient with aging parents, guiding children with love instead of anger, forgiving ourselves after making mistakes. There are people who never accomplish anything extraordinary, yet wherever they go, they make others feel comfortable and safe. When you speak with them, you feel respected. When you spend time with them, your heart feels lighter. When you meet them, you remember that kindness still exists in this world. And that, too, is a great form of merit, because true virtue is not measured only by how much money we give away, it is also measured by the peace we bring into the lives of others, by the kindness we preserve despite our wounds, by the goodness we continue to cultivate in a world filled with challenges. A warm word spoken today may save someone from despair, a moment of patience today may keep a family together, a simple act of kindness today may create a ripple of love that continues for years. We never truly know how far a small good deed can travel, just as we never fully understand the consequences of a small harmful action. So instead of waiting until you become perfect before choosing kindness, start with the smallest things. Start today. A genuine smile, a heartfelt thank you, a little compassion, a little understanding, one choice to love instead of blame, one choice to understand instead of judge, one choice to remain silent rather than cause harm, because in the end, the value of a human life is not measured by how much a person owns, it is measured by how much goodness remains in their heart after all the storms they have endured, and perhaps, that is the deepest form of success, to look back at the end of the day and quietly smile, knowing, today, I was a little kinder, a little calmer, a little more loving, and little by little, those small choices are creating a more beautiful life, for myself, and for everyone whose path crosses mine. Thank you for taking the time to watch. And always remember that this world needs you, and only you can create the values. Don't forget to give me a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to watch the latest videos every week. Once again, thank you and see you in the next videos.